how to burn fat fast using these 3 little known diet hacks you can implement right now in your life. Probably you may be in a situation where you already tried out different kind of diet hacks. Maybe you were buying some pills and like fat burning pills and tried to lose weight, or maybe you went as well on the cardio and as well tried to lose weight there. Maybe you done some diet changes. Maybe you already tried out a few things. Now, at the time when I was in a company, like it was 2014. 2014, I was working at a consulting company, and over there I was super intense in all these kind of fitness topics. What kind of nutrition strategies are out there? Like I was going through the cutting edge knowledge that is out there, following the really good influencers in this area, and I then started to implement a lot. And then results came. And what happened is that one of my team, my team manager has approached me and actually asked me the question, Miguel, how did you got, like if I were just to follow just 3 things, what are the 3 things you recommend me to follow so that I can get the results that you as well have? And first of all, I looked at the team manager, what he does, he's going to the gym and as well what he eats and all that. So I gave to him these 3 tips that he just implemented, and then he came to me and then told me, Miguel, I have a problem. Okay, what's the problem? I am losing fat too fast. Okay, like he was losing weight so fast because he was doing it in the extreme. But so that's why I don't recommend you to do this in the extreme level like he is, unless you want. And I later also mentioned that this works for everybody. This doesn't work for everyone. You have to test out what works for you. And the funny thing is that other consultants in the company, they then were approaching my team manager and asking, what did you do to actually lose weight so fast? And then he referred them to me. And then the consultant came to me, okay, what are the 3 things you recommend? So this is what I say. Look, you only need to focus on these 3 things. Every single day is a habit. And if you do that, you'll probably get very similar results like my team manager. Okay, so what are the 3 things I have to focus on? Well, tip number 1. First of all, break your fast at lunchtime. Break your fast at lunch. Okay, but why should I break my fast at lunch? Well, first of all, when we, after a certain period of time, like after 12 hours, when we start fasting, we start to generate more fat burning hormones. And that's where also the growth hormone actually kicks in. And growth hormone is responsible for keeping muscle and burning fat at the same time. And the best effect happens after 14 to 18 hours of fasting. So to keep it simple, you don't have to count like how many, like what's my eating window or what time should I always break my fast. And it's very simple. It's like 4 to 6 hours after you wake up. And then he came to me with the question, well, Miguel, I mean, fasting that long and I always have breakfast, wouldn't I be hungry? And yes, you will be hungry. At the time when you are starting out and you're not so sure, like you never tried this out, you will definitely get hungry. And the reason for that is because your body generates more ghrelin because it got used to always have breakfast. So how do you actually solve this problem? Well, that's where I recommend to have 2 to 3 cups of coffee to blunt your appetite at the beginning. Coffee, black coffee, like I'm not talking about the Starbucks big coffee and the whole creamers and all that. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm saying middle-sized black coffee, a normal cup of black coffee. And don't drink it at once. Drink it over time, like you have to sip on the coffee. The only function of the coffee is to reduce your appetite. The energy effect is a cool side effect, it's a bonus, okay? but actually is for reducing the appetite. Now, it has some special chemicals called cholinomimetics, but you don't have to remember that. You just have to know coffee blunts appetite. Okay, good. So now I have fasted. I make it until lunchtime. I also recommend to hydrate and to do productivity things, because if you get bored, you get hungry. So better do as well some active things over there. Okay, now we have lunchtime. Okay, so what do I do now? Well, here comes the second tip. The second thing that you have to focus on is having a protein-rich lunch. A protein lunch. Okay, what's a protein lunch? Because at that time, I wasn't really sure what protein, carbs, and like all this kind of stuff are. So it's very simple. Like have some chicken salad, or you can have some fish salad. Or you can have some tuna with your salad, a Mediterranean salad. Or if you don't want to have salad and you're so much on the go, you can have some low-fat cheese and eat that on the go. Or it just has to be protein. Eat some protein at lunchtime. Why? If you eat carbs, if we identify the function of carbs, carbs are something like bread or rice or potatoes. If we eat that, we typically experience some low, like the time at noon when you like to have a sleep and maybe a power nap. Well, that's what happens if you, for example, eat a very big lunch, particularly with carbohydrates like rice, bread, or anything like that. So have a lean lunch, lean protein lunch with some salad. If you're still hungry, you can have like an apple or something like that, but keep lunch with like protein-rich lunch. How much protein? Well, it doesn't matter. It can be between 30 grams to 100 grams or even more. You eat as much lunch until you feel satisfied. Okay? Good. Okay, good. Then I will have lunch. I will have with my teammates, with my group. I'll then have some lunch. Okay. So what do I do for dinner then? Well, for dinner, that's tip number 3. For dinner, what you have is you shift your carbs at the evening. Ideally after 6 p.m. plus minus 1 hour, but around like after 6 p.m. After 6 p.m. have some carbs until you feel satisfied. So it is the fact that why we introduce carbs is because they are very, like you can experience, like when you eat ice cream, or you eat maybe pizza, or maybe you eat crisps or bread or whatever, like you normally feel tired after 30 minutes. That's where you like to calm down, relax, and actually just chill out. And why not actually introduce in this state when you anyway gonna be feeling tired? Like short before sleeping, right? Okay, so then we introduce carbs at the end of the day. And also, hunger neither kicks in, because it's already at dinner time and you actually feel then tired and you then fall asleep. So that's where you introduce carbs after 6 p.m. Now, I don't recommend this if you're not doing any kind of physical education, which means you're not going to a gym or you're not doing any resistance training, because over time this can have some negative effect. So I recommend to combine this strategy with a bit of resistance training. Could be some body workout, like 15 minutes a day or 3 times per week. That's all fine, but you need to do some resistance training, okay? Then this will work. So, carbs after 6 p.m. So those are the simple 3 steps that you have to follow to then achieve the same results like my team manager. Try this out for yourself. Fast, like break your fast at lunch, have 2 to 3 coffees where you zip, then have a protein-rich lunch with salad, and at the end of the day, you have some carbs. How does this translate in fat loss? And fat loss. when your goal is to lose weight, then I would maximum, like I recommend to have maximum 2 carb evenings per week. That is 2 times per week. You then have these, this is like a bonus tip. 2 times per week, that's where you can have as many carbs as you want in the evening. What you do in the rest of the dinners, you then have like another protein-rich dinner. So if you do, for example, Monday to Friday, that's where you have, you eat protein-rich lunch and protein-rich dinner. And then on the weekend, like Saturday and Sunday, that's where you then eat a carb-rich dinner. And then the consultant actually tried this out. And you know what? He then was losing weight, but he was not checking on that scale like it was going down or something. He was checking that on the belt that he had on the belt. And then he told me like week by week I could actually put 1 hole less of that belt. So that was really exciting, and he never thought that it was that simple to lose weight without even counting calories. I'm not even saying counting calories here. You see, no single number. By just following these habits, you will see incredible results. And now I'm curious, like, there are of course some aspects that you may have some questions, like, is this not too much protein for lunch? Or, I don't know, like maybe you have some specific questions to this methodology that I just wrote down over here. Simply comment below, and if you have like a question that we actually like and we see, okay, this can actually benefit and actually benefit to more, we may announce that question in the future videos. So if you liked this video, hit the like button and subscribe to our YouTube channel to receive more guidelines for men like you.